Yo, we live, man. What's going on, man? Let's get up in here, man. Let's see what it look like. Let's make sure this camera together. You know what I'm saying? Good fights, man. Let me see. Make sure this camera right, man. See what's going on in here, man. Let's see what we got. Let's see what these says. Let's see. All right. Listen, man, we locked in. We locked in. In the way, post fight. All right, man. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. We got it. First of all, before we even get into the in the way performance, you know what I'm saying? I want to say good morning to everybody out there. You feel me? On this early Saturday morning, I think I woke up like 5 o'clock and I watched a couple fights I did not care to watch. But hey, we up and we at it. You know what I'm saying? Um, See something, man. First off, thank y'all for tuning in with your boy A Side. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all is rocking with me because
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
hey, that's a fact, man. So hey, yeah, man. So let's talk, man. Again, let's get to the business, man. So we got Junto Nakatani versus Sebastian Hernandez. That was a crazy fight. I think that was a fight that most people thought that my man Junto was going to be able to walk right through, but nah, it didn't go like that. And I'm looking down at my phone right now because I want to pull up my scorecard. You see what I'm saying? On my scorecard, I had a draw. You know what I'm saying? Boy said, "A side, welcome back. Appreciate you, my boy." I felt like the Japanese were let down today. Nah. Hey, listen, check me out, bro. Again, I just want to look at my I want to go to my. Let me see. Let me pull up this scorecard, man. See what we got. I don't know, man. That was a little. I don't know, man. That Junto fight was tough. So let me see. Where we at? Score card. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I gave Junto rounds 1 through 5. I gave Junto rounds 1 through 5. Now I know that round 4 could be a swing round. I knew round 4 could be a swing. Matter of fact, let me know in the chat. How did y'all score round 4? Rounds 1 through 3. I think that was easy Junto rounds. Now for me, round 4 was when Sebastian Hernandez started to come back. Now he looked better in round 4, but for me, I don't think he won round 4. You see what I'm saying? So I gave Junto rounds 1 through 5. I gave Sebastian Garcia, I gave him rounds 6 through 9. I gave Junto the 10th, and I gave Hernandez, my bad. I gave Hernandez the 11th and the 12th. So that made it a 114 fight to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the judges' scorecards. He said, "I know you got to talk about that Erison Garcia fight. He upset the Japanese prospect. What you thought about that fight?" I thought Erison did well. Like, so again, and respectfully, I didn't realize that Erison was a last minute replacement on that fight. So he's a fighter that fight at 130. He took a last minute of he accepted a last minute fight to fight a guy that was at 135, a top Japanese prospect. Earlier, I thought he was a little bit conservative with his punches, but at the end, I think he did well. He fought well. I think he could have did a little bit more, but he got the fight. I think he deserved the win. He dropped the, what was that, like the 9th or 10th? I forgot which round that was where he dropped the dude, but that was a good performance, especially as a late fight replacement for Erison Garcia. So that was a good performance. That was a good performance. But oh yeah, so nah, but back to Junto. I don't know what it was, man. His first fight at 122. I don't know if just the I don't even want to say the pressure. Like, this guy's a pound for pound fighter. You can't really say that the pressure was too much for somebody like Junto Nakatani. But at the end of the day, yeah, he didn't fight well. He looked tired in there early. It don't look like his power has carried to 122. So again, even the announcers kind of talked about a lot of those punches that he was landing against Hernandez at 118. Guys go to sleep from them punches, especially that little corkscrew overhand left that he liked to throw, you know what I'm saying, out of that southpaw stance. A lot of guys go to sleep on that punch, man, but it just seemed like Hernandez was there. Now, I will say, I think the early work that Junto Nakatani did to the body, I think that definitely helped take some of the steam off Hernandez punches, because Hernandez wasn't landing punches like he was landing. So it was weird, bro. It's to the point where Junto, I think, was landing the harder punches, but Junto hard punches didn't affect Hernandez. I think Hernandez wasn't landing punches as hard as Junto was, but I think the punches that he was landing was affecting Junto Nakatani. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just going to be honest with you. As I'm watching this fight, as this fight is going further and further, I'm really starting to realize, like, I don't think that Junto got nothing for Monster Inoue. I don't think he got anything for Inoue. So, now again, you can't. I can't just discredit Junto for one fight, but I think that he might need, if he went Inoue, he might need another fight at 122. But the fact of the matter is, I think if he don't take this fight in May with Inoue, he's not going to get that fight. And truthfully, the way that Junto Nakatani was closed up, I don't think he's gonna make it. Like, I don't think he will physically be available to fight Inoue in May. So respectfully, that this fight might be behind us unless Inoue hang out a little bit longer at 122, which I don't think is a need for. You got I think you got Shushu that's about to win the belt, possibly, or you got Shushu fighting for that 126 title. But yeah, I don't think that Nakatani will be ready come May for a fight. Man said, I felt Sebastian Hernandez won that fight. Nakatani got touched up way too much. I think that's true. I think Hernandez, I mean, again, I had to fight 6'6", but I do know that it was a couple swing rounds in there. Like round 10 was a swing round, and round 4 was a swing round. So again, if you got it 7'5" Hernandez, I mean, some people even had it 8'4". You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think I could see a world where it's 8'4" Hernandez. I could see a world where it's 7'5" Hernandez. I could see a world where it's a draw. That's how I had it. You know what I'm saying? But again, Junto Nakatani, he was supposed to come in here, look good, and come in here and handle business so that they could finish up this fight. I mean, get this fight across the line with Inoue. Yeah, again, to me, it look all bad now. I don't think that he really have a chance to beat Inoue. I don't think at all. You think Shushu has a chance to beat Inoue in the future? I remember Top Rank was trying to hype up that for a few, but it died down. No. Nah, man. I don't think Shushu got a chance. I don't think he got what it takes to beat Monster Inoue. I don't think he got enough in his bag. Now again, it's a world where Inoue moves up, and now his I mean, because again, like Inoue, he's a guy, he started at what, 112? Like, I forgot what weight class Inoue started at. But again, you got a guy Inoue, and he started I don't remember which weight Inoue started at, but I don't think that he is a chance in hell that that Shushu will beat him. I think Angelo Leo will be a tough fight for Inoue. I'm taking a look at Inoue box rec right now. I'm just curious as to what weight class he started in. You know what I'm saying? Now, and box rec not gonna let me in, so we see how that go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know, man. I think that shit was kind of rough for. Okay, I'm on Inoue box rec right now. Let's see. Inoue started his career at 108. Okay, now he started his career at 108. He going up to 126. So that's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of work going up to 126. So now I don't think that he'll be able to get that. But let's talk about that. We're gonna come back to him, but let's talk about this Inoue performance, man. I think that Inoue himself is realizing that he could beat these fighters any way he want. Now that Bud is not here no more, I think it's definitely Inoue is the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. I know a lot of people going to say Alexander Usyk, but I just think that the amount of work that Inoue is putting in, is you can't compare that. I mean, yes, Usyk got some good fights. Dubois, cool, but I don't think that he's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. I think Monster Inoue, hands down, is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, and I don't think that's up for debate. Um, in this fight, I thought Inoue was going to get the job. So initially, I thought it was going to be a second half stoppage. But in this fight, man, again, I think Inoue just showing that he in his money, he in his money Inoue phase, right? He don't got to exchange with guys. He don't have to get into this crazy back and forth. He don't got to do none of that. He could, I think a lot of these guys he could simply beat with his jab. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys can be beaten with a jab. My man Jay Rosales, man, what's going on, good brother? Yeah, appreciate you, man. Keep rocking with us, man. Again, I'm gonna tell you then. I'm gonna tell you now. Most of y'all rocking with me.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
Man, fact, man. Hey, but listen, in a way, just showing levels at this point, man. He's showing that it's not much you could do with him. I think now Alan Picasso is tough. Don't get me wrong. He was there to fight. He didn't do no running, but I don't think Inoue ever got out of first gear. I don't think Inoue ever decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna let all my punches go, and we're gonna see where this go. Great performance. You can't fuck with Inoue, man. They call him the monster for the reason. And I don't think he's gonna have no problem slicing through Junto Nakatani if that fight could still be made. If you ask me, I think Inoue should take the winner of Shushu and Castro. That's what if I'm team Inoue, we're not even gonna look at a Junto Nakatani fight, right? That fight had a lot of appeal to it, and I think it's still some appeal there. Again, and again, understand when you watching me, when you watching A-Side, when you on this channel, and Truth is talking, bro. Understand that I'm not just getting off the train because of one fight. You see what I'm saying? I'm not just not fucking with the fight because Junto didn't look good this fight. But as I'm watching this fight, I'm looking at it and I just feel that Junto need more time at 122. I think that in a way, now maybe if this is both of their first one or two fights at the weight class, I would say let's go ahead and do it. But I think Inoue has, just like Terrence Crawford at 147. When he fought Jeff Horn, obviously he was stronger than Jeff Horn, but you could tell, you could look at Bud in his 147 run in the beginning in particular and tell like he wasn't settled into that weight class. By the time he had fought, Sean Porter and them guys towards the end of that 147 run, you could clearly tell that Bud was a full-fledged welterweight. He was a full-fledged welterweight, and it wasn't much that nobody at that weight class was going to be able to do with him. And I feel like that's the same thing that's happening right now with Monster. He's a full-fledged 122 pounder. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's much that these guys going to be able to do at that weight class to fuck with him. And I think Junto need a couple fights, and that you got to think about it. It's going, depending on if the orbital bone is broken, he's going to be out for a while. If it's not, if it's just swollen a little bit real bad, he going to have to take, mind you, it's December. You know what I'm saying? It's late December at that. You talking about a fight in May, right? So essentially you got about 5 to 6 months, depending on when you do it. But this guy got to heal up from the eye injury. We don't know what's going on, what's behind that. Then he got to start. I don't know. He's not going to be able to fight for a while. He's not going to be able to train for a while, at least a month or two. You know what I'm saying? That he took a lot of damage in that fight. He definitely took a lot of damage in that fight. And so again, I just don't see a world where we get that fight from with Inoue and Nakatani in May. Nah. Now again, if Inoue wait a little bit, but as we see with Inoue, I don't think he in the business of waiting around. You know what I'm saying? He ready to rock out. So yeah, I think Inoue should just go ahead, move up to 126, take the winner of Shushu Carrington and Castro. If Shushu Carrington is willing to take that fight. But again, we learning a lot from these guys right now, and we seeing that in order with this new landscape in boxing, you got to strike while the iron hot. You know what I mean? Top rank. And it is always funny. We don't got to get into this too deep, but a lot of times back in the day, people would clown PBC for their business model. Oh, y'all not even real promoters. Like, you know, the Sampsons and the other guys that was in the TGBs and what's my other man name? Sean Gibbons. You know what I'm saying? They was clowning those guys because they would let their fighters go to PBC and just kind of rent them out. But now Top Rank doing the same thing. But what this is showing is that y'all guys got to be ready. It's not that many just easy pick 'em fights. It's not a lot of the development and a lot of that Top Rank way they like to say as far as building fighters. That shit is a thing of the past. If your fighter not ready to go, he can't miss out on too many opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my man Johnny was good. He said Junto took too much damage, man. I wasn't impressed with his performance. Nah, me neither. Me neither. He took way too much damage. But at the same time, bro, like it's so easy for us as fans to say, hey, he gotta, I'm tweeting while I'm watching a fight. Hey, he gotta stay on that jab. He gotta stay on that jab. Hey, some fighters, you gotta fight. You got to fight. You see what I'm saying? I think he did better in some, and I guess towards the later round, trying to stick to it. But you can't take the spirit out of you can't change a fighter mid-fight. Junto is a guy, he liked to set up his shit on the outside, but that inside close range, that's where Junto comfortable at. That's where he like to mix it up at. And that's going to be his downfall against Inoue again. That little corkscrew overhand that he like to throw, that shit is not going to be enough. And you spamming that punch, not going to work against Monster Inoue at all. Not going to work against Inoue. Damn, man, I really thought that Junto was going to perform a little bit better than that. I thought he was going to be able to actually, I don't know. I just thought he was going to dominate and we was just going to cruise into this unification. I mean, not unification, but we was just going to cruise into this mega fight. Again, now we still might get there, but who knows? But this is why they fight the fights, man. This is why you can't count out fighters before that. But hey, let's talk about it, man. A lot of people gave Carlos Adames shit for not wanting to go back to Saudi. They said he was ducking Janibek when they was trying to make that fight in Saudi. He was just saying basically, I'll be on the undercard here in America, but I don't want to go back to Saudi. 118 to 110, Junto Nakatani. That is nasty work. That's 9-3 is nasty work, and that's a nasty scorecard. That's a nasty scorecard. You know what I'm saying? That judge need to be investigated right now because looking at that score,
boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way. Boy,
ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You watch that fight and you come out with a 118, 110 scorecard. Not in the world. And as somebody mentioned, right? Me, I had it 6-6 as a draw, right? If you had that fight 7-5, Junto, and you gave Junto the 12th round, bro, that scorecard is null and void, bro. He lost the 12th round clearly, and all of the judges had him winning the 12th round. That, to me, again, that fight is a draw at best. But if you got that shit, if you got that 12th round going to Junto like all them judges did, that's nasty work, bro. That's nasty work. He lost that round clearly. Clearly lost that round. Again, maybe we see that fight, maybe we don't. But in a way, dogged up, bro. In a way, dogged up. Ain't nothing much that he gonna be able to do with him. I hope that we could get Inoue over to America and headline some cards again. I like the Saudi cards. But as a boxing fan, I just appreciate getting these cards the way we. Period. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people. They don't like the propaganda that they feel. They feel like Turkey, you know what I mean, coming with propaganda and he trying to, you know, he's what they call it, sports washing and whatever stuff like that. Me, I'm not really buying into that shit too much, man. I'm a fight fan. I like the sport of boxing. I want to see these fights, man. So at the end of the day, if Turkey gonna bring us the fights, I'm here to see him. At the end of the day, if whoever it is that's putting these fights up, let's have it. You see what I'm saying? We seen Usyk talking about he gonna fight the Bronze Bomber. I want to see that too. I know what's gonna happen, but I want to see that fight. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, I understand people concerns. I understand how people feel as far as not wanting these fights to go to Riyadh, and that's where America is where these fights need to be had. But at the end of the day, the goal and the point is to see these fights. That's the goal. The goal is to get these fights. So whoever's bringing these fights, whether it be Al Heyman, whether it be Eddie Hearn and DAZN, whether it be this guy over here, Turkey Al-Sheikh, let's have the fights, man. Let's have the fights. I'm gonna say I would rather see AJ and Wilder at this point. I would rather see AJ and Wilder at this point too. But I think for AJ, I think that big money fight is Tyson Fury. I think you put them two guys in Wembley Stadium, you sell that joint out 90,000 plus in the arena. That's a big payday for both of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, now we in a position where motherfuckers maybe he fight Wilder after that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that AJ gonna get past Fury, but he could take a loss to Fury and still go fight Deontay Wilder. It's money to be made. Like it's only a couple big fights that everybody really want to see. You know what I'm saying? Again, Junto versus Inoue versus Junto is one of them fights. I think it lost a little bit of traction after today, but at the same token, like I said, it's not that many fights that everybody want to see. I think everybody was still tuning for AJ and Fury fight. Even though it could be an undercard fight, I think everybody still tunes in for an AJ Wilder fight. You know what I'm saying? Man, Johnny said, you absolutely right, man. I remember when Adames versus Shiraz was happening, Turkey was giving Shiraz the live score. Shaking my head. Boxers can't leave it to the judges. That's true, bro. Boxers is not supposed to leave it to the judges, but sometimes, bro, that's the sport. Everybody can't get stopped. And you gotta, as a fighter, of course you want to have that feeling like all of the fights, like you can't leave it up to the judges. But also the judges have to be competent enough to look at what's going on and make a fair judgment of what's going on. That's your fucking job. That's what you're there for. You're not here to, like, you know what I'm saying? But that 118, 110 scorecard, that shit let me know he had that scorecard filled out before. If even that scorecard right there, you see that 11th round, initially he gave the 11th round to Junto Nakatani and then X'd it out and then gave the 11th round to my man. You know what I'm saying? To Hernandez. That's nasty work, man. That's nasty work. Very nasty work, bro. These judges got to be better. The judges have to be better at what they're doing, man. It's no way you could sit back and nah. Come on, man. Come on. Matter of fact, I want to see if I could find that one scorecard. I know my man Huey had that he put it in the joint. I ain't in it no more. That was egregious, bro. 118, 110, nasty work. Horrible work. 118, 110. No fucking way. But listen, bro, it's the cost of doing business. It's the cost of being in Saudi. It's the cost of coming in as a B-side, which that don't make it right. That don't make it right. The fact that coming in as a B-side, you fighting your ass off, and a motherfucker saying that you fuck fighting your ass off. You possibly really won this fight, and somebody looking at you in your face and say, nah, that guy beat you 9 rounds to 3. Insane, bro. That's insane. You see what I'm saying? But that's the sport. That's what we dealing with. You know what I mean? And that's what come with it. Nasty work there. But again, in a way, another virtuoso performance, another shutout, 120 to 109. I know some of the judges gave Picasso a couple of them other rounds, but virtuoso performance by Inoue. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. My man said, hold up. Although Janibek ended up popping dirty later on, at the time, I felt Adames should have taken a fight against Janibek. I felt like beating Janibek would have been his true coming out party if he beat him. I agree. I think that would have been Adames. And listen, I agree with two things could be true, right? Should Adames have took that fight under whatever circumstances? Hell yeah. Why? Because it's not that many PBC cards happening, and respectfully, just the way boxing is going right now, you don't want to piss off Turkey. Why would you want to piss off Turkey, who does business with Eddie, does business with Oscar, and them And those are the main two guys. Those are the main guys that's really putting fights on right now. But at the same time, he did pop dirty, which means he probably was going to be dirty for the fight against Adames. Like it's a lot of factors in there. Like I never thought Janibek was no world beater, but I also I thought once Janibek got in the ring with somebody that was reputable, I thought it was going to look different. You know what I'm saying? But again, it makes sense now. Like I see it now. Like Janibek, he's stripped now. You see what I'm saying? Which is part of the reason why probably Bud retired. I think Bud wanted to maybe go undisputed at 160. Janibek popped dirty. Now he's not unified anymore. Now you got to really go on a conquest to win these belts. Now I do think there's a chance Bud come back if they could corral that 160 weight class in a decent amount of time. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man. That Janibek, yeah, he should have took that. He definitely should have took that. Let me see. He definitely should have took that fight. You know what I'm saying? Adames having 3 belts and beating the top middleweight at that time, as well as having a good pay, would have been a huge for Adames stock. Now he fighting Inoue Williams, yup. But hey, at least he fighting him on a turkey card. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you never know, man. But like I said, I think Adames should have took that fight. I don't think he was in a position to be turning down fights, like you said. Now he's fighting Inoue Williams, who also lost to Shiraz. Well, not also. He had a draw with Shiraz, which he should have won. Talking about Adames, and we know Inoue Williams got stopped by Shiraz as well. You know what I'm saying? How you think Inoue Williams versus Adames is going to go? I think Inoue will make it a fight, but Adames should win it. I think Adames is going to stop him. It's a list of fighters, a group of fighters. Inoue Williams, Frank Martin. I'm trying to think who else. I can't bring it to mind right now. But you got some of these fighters that start fighting late, but you can't. Kurt Scobie, right? You can't really tell because a lot of these guys is like super athletic, but they started fighting late. Guys like that, they're gonna look good, but when it's time to actually fight guys that been boxing since they were small and seen all of these multiple different type of styles, like people don't like Carlos Adames, but that motherfucker can fight. He got great footwork and he could punch. Now his output is something that leave shit to be desired. Like people want to see Carlos Adames pick it up, of course, but at the same time, I don't think Inoue got enough footwork. I don't think Inoue got enough boxing IQ, and I don't think Inoue could stop them punches. Like again, he couldn't get past Shiraz. And we seen Adames do that pretty well. Now, I don't believe in triangle theories in boxing, but I do believe that head and shoulders, Carlos Adames is a better boxer than Inoue Williams, and he's going to stop Inoue Williams. I don't think there's a chance in hell that I mean, again, if he don't stop him, it's gonna be an easy win. I don't think Inoue Williams got nothing for him. He's just one of them guys. He athletic. He started the sport kind of late. Well, too late. I think maybe 18, 19, he started boxing. I just don't think, again, athletic guy. I think he's a formidable, tough guy for most opponents. I think if you are not as athletic as him or don't got an extensive boxing background, it's gonna be tough to beat Inoue. But a guy like Carlos Adames, he should cut through Inoue like butter. He should cut Inoue right down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, again, man, everybody in here, let me know how y'all scored that Junto fight, man. Did y'all have Junto winning? Did y'all have it a draw? I had it a draw. I had it 6-6. How did y'all have that, man? How did y'all see that fight going? You know what I'm saying? That was nasty. That was very nasty with that 118, 110. Yeah, but I knew what the deal was when Hernandez was coming on late in the fight. And after the round was over, they was only showing Junto. It was only showing Junto highlights. I already know. Hey, to this point, if you're an experienced a fight fan, if you're experienced and watching these fights and knowing what's going on, a lot of times you gotta watch the fight with the volume off because them guys in there, they're gonna talk, they rapping, and they're gonna trick you out your spot for sure. You know what I'm saying? Again, I think the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world right now is Monster Inoue. I think that if this for Junto Nakatani, I think that if this fight doesn't remove him from the pound for pound list, I think it definitely drop him down far. You know what I'm saying? Again, maybe I don't know if the weight cut was bad for Nakatani. He just ain't look like himself, man. He looked gassed out, man, laying up against the ropes. Even when he was moving, it wasn't more so of a shuffle. He kind of was like hopping out of the ring. And even that after he throwing that the little corkscrew overhand that he liked to throw, just kind of the way he's like getting out of there, like slouching all the way down, head down to the ground. You know what I mean? Knees bent, trying to scoot his way up out of there. Man, you fighting a guy like Inoue, he's gonna catch you coming out. He's gonna catch you leaving out every time. Again, I had a lot more. Now I kind of just wish Junto would have went straight into that fight. I kind of wish bro would have went straight into the fight and maybe not taking the guy. Or again, I'm not one that say this a lot, but I think he might should have took a light touch before he jumped in there with Inoue, because yeah, he might not make it with that. What Bud told what he told Benavidez, focus on your fight for you don't make it to your fight. I think he might not make it to this fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he might not make it to this fight at all. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it we'll see what's happening. We'll see what it looked like. He said, let me see something. Majority of these Japanese fighters are at the best at the lower weight classes. Once they start moving up, they don't perform the same. Well, shit, look at Inoue. Inoue been performing the same. Now, again, that's one guy. But I don't know where Junto started at either. Let's see where Junto Nakatani started at. Let me see. Let's see if we could get there. Let's see what we got. As I scroll through this good old box, right? He not even up here no more. Look, they didn't took Junto out of they didn't move my man Junto out of the. Okay, look. Junto Nakatani. Also, he started out in 2015. He was fighting at 104 pounds. Now he's fighting at 122 pounds. So you talking about, again, like it's kind of easy to say like, oh, when these guys move up, they don't perform well. But you talking about somebody moved up over 20 pounds. Well, he started at 104. He fighting at 22. Was that 18 pounds? You know what I'm saying? That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. That's somebody. I mean, again, that shit is it's a lot. So again, yeah, bro, that's a lot. So moving up, yeah, it's going to be tough, but at the same time too, they is moving up 2-3 pounds at a time and shit like that. So you know, a little different. But yeah, he might not make it to an Inoue fight. He might not see that. He might not see that at all. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, again, we'll go through it again. A great performance by Erison, not great performance, but good performance by Erison Garcia coming in as a late replacement. As a late replacement. Oh, I know this fight didn't go through, but who you had winning the end? This a fight I like. And to be honest with you, I can't pick a fight for this. I can't pick a winner for this fight yet. Now, I did hear, right, a little birdie told me that this fight is supposed to land on the Ryan Garcia Barrios card in February. I did hear that from a little birdie. I don't know how true it is, but I did hear that. You know what I'm saying? I did hear that. But hey, that Andy Heroka and Gary Antoine Russell, that's a listen. We could get into that a little bit, man. But I'm gonna tell you this. I like that fight because Gary is a guy that his fight game is predicated on him closing the distance, and Heroka game is predicated on him controlling the distance, making guys reach, countering guys, circling out, and controlling the fight with his jab to some extent. Now, Heroka, like all Japanese fighters, is there to be hit from time to time, but this is a tough fight. And I say that this is a tough fight because Gary Antoine Russell only loss came from Alberto Puello, who does have a similar style to Heroka. Puello does not punch as hard as Andy. You see what I'm saying? So I think he did buzz Gary Antoine a couple times. But hey, listen, man, this for me, my early kind of 2026 predictions, this Andy Heroka Gary Antoine Russell fight is one of the fights of the year. This is going to be one of the fights of the year. You know what I'm saying? I think this fight really, like, I'm serious, bro. This shit got the potential. See, but you know how these fights, especially like with this stylistic matchup, this fight got the opportunity to be fight of the year. And as I'm saying that, Gary Antoine could walk in and wipe him right down, bro, and get him out of the way. But you asked me early on, bro, this Heroka and Russell fight, this shit got flames written all over it, man. You know what I'm saying? Say same. I was so tight, it got. I wish we moved on to AJ Crown. Yeah. I mean, you know, it ain't they're not fucking with Jake and them. So we'll see. I think because the other guy was there, that's why Tank was there. So of course, yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's going to be a good banger. That's going to be a banger. That is going to be a banger, bro. Andy Hiroka versus Gary Antoine Russell is going to be a banger. But hey, man, let me see. I think, man, anyway, in 2026, 2027, he could fuck around and be undisputed again at 126, man. Inoue is on a legendary run. And I'm telling you, for those of y'all that appreciate boxing, for those of y'all that rock with the sport of boxing, man, y'all gotta, man, start respecting Inoue, man. He in his money May phase, man, where it's like he don't gotta go in there and get crazy with these fighters. He's outclassing these fighters. He's beating them up and not taking too much damage. Again, I would like to see Inoue pick that right hand up a little bit, bro. I would like to see Inoue keep that right hand up a little bit more because he there to be hit with it. But again, when you going in fights and you blanking opponents and you able to land any punch, like he almost looked bored in there today. Inoue almost looked bored in there today, man. And again, I think that's just a testament to how great of a fighter that he really is. You know what I'm saying? Man said, do you feel Puello beat Gary Antoine? I felt he did, but I seen people like Bread, man, saying they felt Gary Antoine won. I know it was a close fight, but I feel Puello won it. I think Puello won the fight as well. Like, when you have when you got a close fight like that, it's no such thing as a robbery in a close fight. You know what I'm saying? Like just like the fight we just saw with Junto. Like what makes that fight a robbery is 118, 110. And also 115, 113 when you gave Junto the last round. But a lot of that shit be on preference. A lot of it is on preference. If you like a guy that's swarming, coming forward, landing shots and stuff like that, you're gonna favor Antoine in your swing rounds. Them rounds that could be swing rounds, you would favor Antoine. If you like cleaner work, if you like establishing the jab, if you like making the fight a little bit difficult, you're gonna favor Puello. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think that's a rematch that Gary Antoine need. I don't think that he should leave 140 without rematching Puello. But at the end of the day, you ask me, I think Puello won. Puello also had a tough-ass fight against Subriel, too. Tough fight, man. Puello, again, like some of these fighters, bro, that don't get the credit that they deserve, bro. But listen, the proof is in the pudding. And to those that respect the sport of boxing, to those that rock with the sport, bro, continue to do that, bro, because you will have boxing being taken over by a bunch of fans. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, I'm a fan as well, but I'm a fan of the sport first. I'm not no man fan first. I'm a fan of the sport. I want to push the sport forward. But yes, I got my favorites, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with having your favorites, but you still got to be objective when we grading these fights, bro. A lot of these guys, man, these motherfuckers just be caring about what kind of drip the fighter got on. They don't care about what it looked like in the ring. They care more about pushing narratives outside the ring. I seen somebody say, oh, Tank might get a Gary Antoine fight. Oh, well, if Tank fight Gary Antoine, well, the all of that noise about Shakur and Dev should be quiet. Why? We want to see Tank fight Shakur, and we want to see Tank fight Devin. A Gary Antoine fight don't stop them chirpings. You know what I'm saying? I hope Tank do the right thing and move up to 140 and go there with Shakur and I don't know if Keyshawn gonna stay there, but with Shakur and Keyshawn and Teofimo and his contemporaries and the people that we want to see him fight. Now, if he do or he don't, that's up to Team Tank. And to be honest, again, I'll say this one more time. I'm not mad at Tank for doing nothing that he want to do. I never heard Tank say he want to be the greatest boxer in history of the world. Tank doing it his way, and you can't be mad at somebody that's continuing to do things their way. When Tank say that he wants to be the best, well, then I'm going to expect him to fight the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, these other guys. When he say he want to be the best, Tank is putting asses in seats. He's knocking motherfuckers out. And that's just what it was, man. He had a stumble against my man Lamont. Shout out my guy, the Reaper, Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? I think I'm one of the few guys that believed in my guy, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. Hey, just no A-side, no boxing. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that shit is over and done with, man. Again, let me see. Man said, what was your thoughts on Roach versus Pitbull fight? I need that rematch. Roach can get that if he uses his lateral movement and boxing IQ. I think sometimes it's hard, again, bro. Some fighters make it hard for you to just kind of outbox them. I think Roach did a great job, especially hanging in there and staying in the pocket while Roach had a broken hand. You know what I'm saying? He didn't decide to box and move around. And again, I think it was showing. Even in them exchanges, bro, he was tagging Pitbull at the end of them exchanges. Like he was. I mean, again, he got dropped. Yes, okay, it's boxing. He got dropped. I felt like Roach won that fight though. I feel like Roach won that fight. No question. But again, it's easy to say like use lateral movement and boxing IQ, but when that motherfucking hand broke and he's throwing leather and shit like that, bro, you gotta get in there and get right, bro. You got to get in there and handle business for sure. I definitely want to see Roach back at his favorable weight class. If he want to campaign at 135, I would. You know what? I would love to see Lamont Roach fight the winner of like Morataya and Andy Cruz. I would love to see him. I would love to see Lamont Roach against Abdullah Mason. I think that's a great fight. Matter of fact, bro, that's a fight that I ain't heard too many people talk about, and I think that's a fight that we need to start pushing, bro. I want to see Abdullah Mason versus Lamont Roach Jr., man. I think that's the fight to be made at 135, bro. I don't think Lamont need to go back to 130, cancel that, man. Go back down and campaign at 135, man. I think it's some good smoke for Lamont, and I think he could possibly take over that division. No question. I think he got the potential to take over 135 pounds. You know what I'm saying? It's all there. Lamont I think it's depending on what Lamont do. I think depending on how this go, once Shakur get past Teofimo Lopez, he might give Lamont a shot. He might give Lamont a shot. Man, so I feel horrible for what they're doing to Roach. I feel like he's never going to get these decisions. They're going to keep him in these tough fights until someone beats him. Hey, I feel, again, hindsight 2020, I think he beat Tank. I think he should have got the knockdown. I think he beat Pitbull Cruz. But, man, listen, making millions of dollars, I ain't mad at him, man. I think he has shown also, Lamont Roach has shown that he pay-per-view worthy. He's shown that he's a fighter that's worth paying that pay-per-view fee to see him fight. No question. But again, let me say, but again, I think Lamont do got to come back. Maybe Lamont need to sign on one of these promoters. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You know, he came on the PBC. He's not a PBC fighter. So obviously, you know, he's not a house fighter. But whether he was a house fighter or not, they wasn't gonna give him that fight over Tank. So, excuse me. Same shit we just seen with Junto. You know what I'm saying? Junto really arguably lost that fight. Again, I had it a draw. Is if somebody had it 8-4 Hernandez or 8-4 or 7-5 Hernandez, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. But you think these people gonna fuck up that money? All these big fights that Tank had on the horizon, you think they're gonna fuck up that money? You think Turkey Al-Sheikh, you think he gave Junto Nakatani all that money and is structuring these cards as to where Junto and Inoue could be a main event? You think he gonna blow that bag for Hernandez? Now, again, it's wrong. It's wrong, and that shit is egregious. It should not be done. And I'm completely against jobbing fighters because you got some plans in the future. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, get straight to your plans then. But nah, man, these guys is invested in these fighters. They invested in these fights being going a certain way, and that's what we're gonna see. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. That's just the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in with me, man. It's A-Side Boxing, man. Again, before we're gonna recap it real quick, man. Good fight by Everson Garcia. Shout out to him. They taking the fight on late notice, moving up to 135, thugging it out against a Japanese prospect, man, and really showing some heart and getting that win. Junto Nakatani barely escaped Sebastian Hernandez by the skin of his teeth. Bro really possibly lost the fight. I closed up there. Got hurt, took a lot of damage. I doubt that he will be ready in the next 6 months to fight a fight. Highly doubt that. But again, unanimous decision. He won 115, 113 on 2 cards, 118, 110 on that egregious scorecard, horrible scorecard. And then anyway, man, again, virtuoso performance, number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. I'm very curious to see what this next year look like for Inoue. But this was a good morning of boxing, man. I'm gonna go have my morning coffee. I'm gonna have my morning breakfast. I'm gonna try to get a couple hours back to take a nap on something, man, and we gonna turn it up, man. Again, I appreciate y'all for rocking with A-Side, man. We back in the building. We back in full effect. No more breaks, no more lagging time, bro. Boxing need us, man. Boxing need this channel, man. And I need everybody to rock with me, man. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, let me see. My man said, before you go, how you see Shakur versus Teo? I see Teo trying to stink that joint up. I don't think Teo going press Shakur. I think he's gonna try to fight in a negative way as to make Shakur come and get him. But I don't think Teo got enough in them exchanges. If Teo try to come out and establish the jab like he tried to do against Lomachenko, he gonna get beat bad because he's not gonna be able to out jab Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo Lopez like to jump in. He like to reach a lot. He like to do a lot of weird shit, and he not getting the proper coaching out of that corner. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Shakur Stevenson gonna make it look easy. I think he's gonna win by decision, maybe a 9-3 performance, maybe 8-4. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think that Teofimo Lopez got nothing for Shakur Stevenson. I don't think he's gonna be able to do shit with him. I think it's going a couple rounds look interesting, but beyond them couple rounds looking interesting, I don't think that he's gonna be able to do much with him. I will be in the building for sure. I will be in attendance. I will be there. So y'all see me, bro, pull up on me, run down on me. Let's get right, man. Let's talk boxing. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Look, I'm gonna be at these fights. I like to touch the people. I like to be there. I like to see the shit for myself. So at the end of the day, I'm for sure going to be in there. You know, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, for sure, through and through. I'm a Newark representative, so you know I got to be in there for Shakur Stevenson. Look, 126, 130, 135, 144 division champion. Come on, man. What, 2-time lineal? Come on, man. He gonna beat the man that beat the man. Point blank, period. And after that, I think he should stay at 140 and campaign right there. Ain't no reason to go back down to 35. Them big fights is right there. Them big fights is right there. And I like this new era in boxing where if a fight is one weight class above, you go get that fight. If you looking around and your weight class and that shit ain't there for you, you go up to that next weight class and you go get that big fight, and then you come back down and campaign if you need to, if that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta push the big fights, man. I'm Shakur over everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like Devin Haney not putting in work. I'm Shakur over everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like Tank don't move the needle. I'm not gonna sit here and act like the fight ain't Tank ain't an interesting fight. You got to be able to be a fan of who you a fan of, but still respect the sport, bro. A lot of these motherfuckers don't respect boxing. They just hear the chat and say outlandish shit so motherfuckers could tune in, they could get super chats, bro. We ain't on that. We fuck with who we fuck with. I got Tank right there, bro. You feel me? I got Oscar right there. You know what I'm saying? I got Bud. You feel me? Them boys right there. But at the end of the day, man, like it is what it is, bro. You got to call this shit down the line. I'm the biggest. I'm a big Earl fan. I'm a big Bud fan. But I had a prediction of a 9th round stoppage, and that's exactly what we got. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Happy to see you back, bro. Hope the lives keep on. Nah, this is a fact, but I'm telling you, this shit is not going to stop, bro. I promise you, this shit is not going to stop. We back in, we locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a couple lives a week. We're going to be, make sure y'all subscribing to the channel. Make sure y'all hitting that notification button. Make sure y'all go through there, click all of that up. We got to run this shit back up, bro. Click everything, man. Go click on the shorts. Go interact, leave your comments, put your notifications on, bro. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Shakur going to be the next Mayweather. I truly see him becoming the face of boxing as well as being a villain like how Mayweather was. Yeah, they looking for somebody to replace. But look, Bud replaced Mayweather as far as that hate. You know what I'm saying? And again, once Bud ain't there to get all the hate, I think a lot of the hate is just trickling down to Shakur Stevenson. I think that Shakur Stevenson has a unique skill set where he is one of, if not the best, defensive fighter in the sport of the game, in the sport of boxing. I don't think you could take that away from him. If he's not the best, he top 5. If he's not the best, he top 3 for sure. But at the end of the day, because people are fans of other fighters and they want to push a certain type of narrative, they're not going to be honest about that. They're going to say bullshit to make their fighter seem like the man. But all you doing is downplaying a top fighter. So what happened if your fighter do beat him? You've been downplaying him this whole time. So now that make that win less credible. We got to be smart about how we judging these fights and how we, you know what I'm saying, and how we talking about these fighters respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. We said I should have had to say the next Mayweather. I knew that's going to be taken out of context, but what I mean is that by being the face of boxing as well as the villain. Nah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they ain't going. I feel like Bud might come back too. Bud might come back. Bud definitely might come back. You know what I'm saying? But I think it got to be worth it. For me, I don't want to see Bud. The only reason that Bud should come back is for a Canelo fight. If you're looking at 2026 in the 168-pound division, ain't really no fights for Canelo. Canelo got to get that shit out the mud now. He's stuck. Honestly, I don't know where Canelo going to go. Unless Canelo bring up somebody from 160 to 168, I don't see his path to having another title. If that's what he want. Now, again, Canelo got a big enough name and he could just fight whoever he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see no path. I don't see a path with Canelo getting back to a 168-pound championship. Yeah. See, Keyshawn Davis go out there and do what TL couldn't do and dominate Ortiz. Oh, yeah. Boxed and bets. What's good, my boy? Hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Boxed and bets, come fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hey, Boxed and bets. If you on Twitter, hit my DM on Twitter. I got something for you, my boy. But yeah, let me see. That should have threw me off a little bit. Now, yeah, Keyshawn gonna definitely go out there and dominate Ortiz and look, right? That's another one. And I'm glad you said that too, because that go right back to my point, right? About being about respecting fighters, right? You got Jermaine Ortiz, right? Who he, just like Shakur Stevenson, he did beat Jamel Herring, right? Tough fight, but he got it over in a 10-rounder against Jamel Herring, right? Pushed Lomachenko to the brink, right? A lot of people think that he beat Lomachenko. I thought it was a draw, but some people had him beating Lomachenko, and I'm not mad at them people having that, right? Same thing with Teofimo Lopez, right? I think he fought a little bit too negatively to beat Teofimo Lopez. But again, he had Teofimo Lopez looking crazy the whole fight, chasing him the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do think that Jermaine Ortiz beat Teofimo Lopez. So make sure that y'all keep that in mind when y'all looking at this Keyshawn Davis fight. And this is Keyshawn Davis' toughest fight to date. You know what I'm saying? This is his toughest fight on paper, period. You going against another guy. This motherfucker, Jermaine Ortiz is not past it. He's not an old fighter. He's not washed up. He don't look past his prime or none of that shit. So when Keyshawn Davis going here, and if Keyshawn Davis is able to handle business, y'all got to give him that respect, bro. We got to stop diminishing fighters and then want to turn around when your favorite fighter beat him. Now you want to give him the credit. Nah, bro. You cannot diminish a fighter and then turn back around when somebody that you like beat that fighter and then want and turn around and give him the credit for that. Shit don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm subscribing as you speak. I don't got Twitter. All I got is the gram. I'm on the gram too, bro. Same logo, A-Side Boxing. I'm on the gram too. Tapping with me. I'm up there. Now I don't be on the gram like that, but I got a DM up there. Just yeah, hit me. I definitely want to chop it up with you, bro. We going again, and we're gonna be putting some different shit together on the channel too, man. I ain't gonna get y'all only me talking, man. We gonna try to spice it up, pause, get a little bit interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna do some things different, man. We're gonna do some things different. Albright vs. OC was a clear draw, in my opinion. Albright was by far Keyshawn toughest fight. I expect a tough fight from a tough victory from Key. Yeah, facts. And again, sometimes too, like the last 2 fights that we have seen from Keyshawn, the Baranchek fight, and who was before Baranchek that he stopped? Lemos, right? Sometimes when you having fights like that, that shit could skew how you really supposed to be fighting. He might go ahead and think he could get Jermaine Ortiz out of here and sit down a little bit too early, but I just think that Keyshawn is a technician. I think he's gonna pick Jermaine Ortiz apart. That's my personal opinion. Understanding that Jermaine Ortiz can fight too. So that's my personal opinion. Do I think it's going to be super easy? He just going to walk in here and run Ortiz over? I don't think that. But I think that Keyshawn is skilled enough to get a clear victory, maybe a stoppage, depending on how this fight is going over Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Said I fucks with Keyshawn, but what he did against Edwin and jumping Naoya Albright left a bad taste. I feel the same way. I think it left a bad taste for everybody. But the fact of the matter is, bro, this shit ain't the NBA. This shit ain't MLB. This shit ain't NHL, bro. One thing about boxing is that it's the Wild Wild West, respectfully, and you always gonna get a second chance in boxing, right? It's not the fact that it's not with boxing. It's not even if you will get a second chance. It's when you get your second chance, what are you gonna do with it? And I think right now, even though Key is still a top ranked fighter, I think right now being able to get on a turkey card, being able to showcase his skills on coming back to the toughest fight of his career too. At that, right? A lot of guys come back and take the soft touch and take the welcome to 140. He's coming back to fight the toughest fight of his career on paper. It's something to be said about that. You got to respect that. He is coming back to do that. You know what I'm saying? So again, that shit with Naoya Albright, I mean, you pack the house, you blow weight, and then you do the shit. You do that. I wanted to see him against Edwin De Los Santos, right? The world wanted to see that because guess what was going to happen next? We were going to be comparing that fight against what Shakur did versus De Los Santos, right? But again, we didn't get that, and we here now. But again, I think all Keyshawn could do is just make the best of this opportunity, and I think he will. I think he will, man. I think he will. We say I got a few videos on my channel, but I don't post a lot. I give boxing betting advice. Erison Garcia at +180 hit 2 hours ago for us. Woo, yeah. I didn't bet on that one, bro. You know what? I think I should have did a little bit more not research, but I wasn't even really paying attention to that fight. I was looking at the man and the co-man, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even, you know what I mean, locked in. My man said Riddick Bowe had a lot of antics like that, but no one could beat his ass at the end of the day. Yup. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I for sure get it. But hey, man, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. Hey, that was again virtuoso performance by Inoue. Junto left a lot to be desired. I don't think he's gonna make it to that May fight with Inoue, but we will see. But hey, man, make sure y'all lock in with me, man. Subscribe. Man, tell a friend to tell a friend. The next time you see my live, man, tell another motherfucker to join in, send it to him. Tell him that A-Side putting the real back in his boxing shit, man. Tell him that Truth is bringing the integrity back to the sport. You know what I'm saying? Tell him that this is somebody y'all gotta support, man. You see what I'm saying? But either way, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. It's A-Side Boxing. I am Truth. That's short, big TON, by the way. That's short for Truth Over Narrative, man. But hey, I appreciate y'all for fucking with me, man. We out.